I'm going to need some help with this specific topic, which is Destiny. I'm going to be talking about Destiny for a little bit. And also I'm going to be talking about Destiny 2 as well, which Bungie released a trailer. It was yesterday. They even, I think it was also yesterday that they did release and stream about an hour's worth of content. Not gameplay, but content surrounding the game yesterday. But I know that I'm a little bit out of my element with Destiny. I know that there's a lot of information. So if you feel like I've missed something, if you feel impassioned to say something about Destiny that I may have missed or a perspective that I may have not have gotten, please tell me in the comment section below. I don't really know a lot about Destiny, but I did play the beta. I did play some of it after it was released. But that's about it. I haven't played any of the new age Destiny. Now, Destiny, what I thought was, before I talk about Destiny 2, I'm going to talk about Destiny. I thought Destiny was going to be like the next Star Wars in space type of game. It seemed like it had a really interesting story. It seemed like it had some pretty interesting gameplay. It seemed like there was going to be ship-to-ship combat. None of that was the case.
It's a trap!
It turned into a looter shooter. I understand that it is better for most people now that there have been a lot of DLC, or that there has been a lot of DLC, so maybe the season pass, maybe in all honesty, you should have bought the season pass instead of the actual game, because it's apparently a lot more people like what's in the season pass than what's in the base game. And it's a little bit sad that Bungie has kind of done that type of system where they do release a season pass and it turns out to be way better and way more efficient and way more cost effective and way more desired than their actual base game. And it's kind of like, well, why wouldn't you put what's in the base game, or excuse me, in the DLC, the season pass, into the base game? I don't understand it. That's why I don't necessarily play Destiny. Now, getting off of that, it seems like Destiny 2 is going to be kind of interesting. I don't really know, because they used a lot of language that I don't necessarily know. When it comes, like, that's specific for the game. I know, I speak English, obviously. It's just that I didn't necessarily understand words that they were using in the context of the game, because I haven't really played the game a lot. Now, I am actually surprised, and I am a little bit interested in what the new Destiny game has to offer. And there are some things that are a little bit worrying to me. For starters, you lose everything.
Destiny 2 is a game that opens with loss. In one fell swoop, players will lose their powers, they'll lose their home, and maybe the saddest of all, they will lose their vaults.
Like, you lose everything in the first couple of hours of the game. That's not me spoiling the game. Literally in that press conference, in that stream, in the live stream, they said, hey, you lose everything in Destiny 2. Automatically, right off the bat. You may not necessarily get your character back. I don't really know. You may not necessarily get the same look, of your character, but you do lose everything. And you literally apparently spend most of the game getting it back. Now, I haven't played Destiny for a long period of time, but I hate that system where, okay, we play for hundreds of hours, we have our entire inventory wiped, we have all of our skills, experience, etc. wiped from the game, and we have to start all back over with a very, I wouldn't say similar, but somewhat predictable and somewhat familiar story. And I hate that. I don't necessarily know how that's going to affect you as the player, because again, I haven't really played Destiny a lot, but I would imagine if you spent thousands of hours on Destiny and Destiny 2 comes out and it has you wipe everything from your old game, if your character, if you have to start anew, why would you play Destiny 2? And worst of all yet, what happens if Destiny 2 has that horrible launch that Destiny had in 2000, Destiny was released 2-3 years ago. What happens if it has a terrible launch that it had a couple of years ago? Everybody's gonna be like, why wouldn't I just go back to playing Destiny? Right? That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Now, there are some really interesting things that did catch my eye, like the Blade Storm.
You can cast your super, you got your sword, and you're flying over everyone, and you can just rain down fire, phoenix, projectiles that just decimate people.
The Arc Storm or the Arc Strider.
They summon this mystical staff and wield it like a crazy acrobat, cracking enemies in the head. It's awesome.
And the Sentinel.
A Sentinel is a Titan, and he is able to summon a shield that he can just knock his opponents out with, or he can throw his shield and just bang it off dudes' heads.
All of that stuff really seemed interesting to me, but I don't necessarily know if they're going to build upon that because, again, don't really know a lot about the game because I haven't really seen a lot about the game. They did introduce something that was pretty interesting to me, and that was Gamer Guide. It wasn't Gamer Guide. It was guided games. Guided games seems interesting to me because I don't think any game with a competitive scene in it, I don't think, League of Legends or Overwatch does this, where they have the ability for you as the player to be able to look at other players, look at clans, look at groups, etc., and be able to look at, their description and see whether or not they're a toxic group of players or a non-toxic group of players, and be able to decide, okay, I'm going to play with this group or that group. Really, Overwatch, League of Legends, it's just, how many games can we get in as quick as possible, And I feel like that's something, and they even said in the press conference that we're going to kind of try and divide, good players, positive players from toxic players. And I feel like that's pretty cool because it allows players who want to be positive, who want to be around positive players, to be able to be around positive players. And if you're toxic, if you're flaming people, you can play with those people that are flaming people. But whether or not it's a system that can be easily exploited, I don't really know yet. I have to see more. But I think that out of the entirety of the press conference, out of the entirety of the stream itself, out of like an entire hour of information that I watched, that seems like a really, really cool aspect for Destiny. And I hope that other companies, other game developers, they kind of see this specific they see this specific content, they see this type of matchmaking, and they implement it into their games. Because toxicity, at this point, everybody's used to it. Everybody, it's something that comes with gaming online. You'll meet assholes all the time. But it seems like Bungie is really trying to make it so that way you as the player, if you deem yourself, if you feel like you're a really, positive player, you want to surround yourself in a positive environment, you can do that. If you don't want to be in a positive environment, you can do that as well. I really do like that system. There's also clans if you want to do clans, They've also partnered, Bungie has also partnered with Battle.net.
But what we haven't announced is where you're going to be able to find it. Well, let me tell you, there is a place out there where the most awesome PC games and the most passionate PC gamers anywhere in the world both live. And Destiny 2 is going to live there as well. So I want to introduce a friend of mine who wanted to be here in person. He's all the way over in China today, so he's going to get in on the fun by video. But he knows a thing or two about epic PC games, and it's my friend and counterpart at Blizzard Entertainment, Mike Morhaime.
Thanks, Eric. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Morhaime from Blizzard Entertainment.
Now, I have no idea why they just wouldn't partner with Steam. It seems like there's some type of money play, or it seems like there's some type of deal being made with Blizzard in the sense that they want their game exclusively on PC, on Battle.net. Why wouldn't it be Steam? I don't really know. But and they even kind of hyped it up like it was gonna be for Steam.
Well, let me tell you, there is a place out there where the most awesome PC games and the most passionate PC gamers anywhere in the world both live.
The CEO of Activision, and I was just like, I thought this was Steam, and it wasn't, and I was really disappointed. But at least Destiny is coming to PC gamers. I do feel like there's way better games to play on PC right now than Destiny 2. especially with what I've seen for the trailer. Like, listen, if you're a Destiny fan, it doesn't already matter. You're probably gonna buy this game no matter what I say, no matter what anyone says. Even like your most trusted reviewer, whoever he or she is, if they tell you the game isn't very good, you're probably still gonna buy it because you like that specific environment, you like that community a lot. You're gonna go out and buy the game. But I do think that doesn't mean that there isn't information that you should look into and that there is information that you should be aware of. I just saw this Spider-Man PS4 video come up on my computer right now. I'm going to react to that later on. I'm going to give you my thoughts on that game. Until then, have a fantastic day. I'll see you next time.